Thanks for joining us today. I'm about to talk to you about the Oculus Launchpad. So what does that mean? Basically, this is going to be our week 4 blog post. And what that is every week we need to necessarily make a blog, a video, or something to showcase what we've been working on that current week. So this week we decided to do video. Why? Because I can't fucking write. And our narrative writer is much better use of time is to actually be writing the characters and doing all sorts of parameters, and also working on other project, which is the Tinker project, which I'll show right here. And that is a real-time motion capture filled Alzheimer's experience that I hope you guys check out, link in the description as well. Anyways, let's keep moving on. So basically our experience is a little girl who manifests you as a monster and chaos ensues. I don't want to give too many details, but we do have a synopsis in our Medium article from our previous weeks, but it's super killer and I'm super excited to share it once we have our prototype in 3 months, September 30th. If you guys are looking for that build, I will share that eventually down below as well. Anyways, let's go into this. So I work at Microsoft, and so past Lou, future Lou needs to talk. So this week has also been the Seattle VR meetup. Happens every third Thursday if you are in the Seattle area. Right now it's at the Pacific Science Center. It's a great location. We had a great meetup. A lot of people attended, and also Vive came out to demo some experiences, their new Vive Pro, and also what else? They also showcased a party game, which I found fascinating. Some clips right here. And it was one of the first times I've ever experienced where children instantly got it, and then it took me a second to get it, and I was like, oh god, I'm getting old. But besides that, I really got to try this awesome experience by Hyperspace, and what they did is map out a room with the Microsoft headset, and what they did is they basically scanned the room using the algorithms that Microsoft uses the inside-out tracking for. And they had backpacks, and there's some cool clips right here. I was really trying to touch a lot of different things with my hands, and I tried to touch some grass stuff, and I also tried to touch a heater. It's still really rough because they're in the process of making it, but it was super cool to see such like a small and collaborative team create something like Void-like. And if you're in the Seattle area, definitely check it out. It's there every day, and they're going to be evolving the experience to actually have way more of an experience, more than like 5 to 10 minutes. And it was really interesting to be able to walk around and then touch a barrel and all sorts of things. Paslu, also, you're looking for a new place, and we almost found a place. It's basically big enough for us to do room scale VR in a very great capacity. Also do filming in my bigger space rather than my small apartment, and that's going to be great. We'll be able to do full motion capture, which we'll probably be trying to do in the next couple of weeks with Perception Neuron. But Paslu, here, take it away. And so from there, I have lots of different meetings. Basically, my entire life is meeting filled. So during lunch, blah, 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 work, work, work. But then when I come home, it's also meeting, meeting, meeting. So I am super excited, for us to share some assets with you. So we have the cat animated and rigged. Ooh, look at that cat, it's so cute. And then we also have the little girl who was modeled this week as well. Ooh, it's super killer. We are gonna make the girl a little bit thinner in the hips because her wide hips make her a little bit older. She's supposed to be 6 to 7. And really excited about the animation portion of this experience. We've been really focused on developing the characters, and so we built this pipeline of basically get a character done, model rigged with like 2 or 3 people. And so I'm really excited for us to evolve that into our second character, which is a little girl, which is our most important character. And we have 12-ish important animations with her for our prototype. And so we've been acquiring new animators, a lot from SCAD, represent, and also Dawson College as well for the cat. Liam Clark's going to be working on that, and I'm super excited for people to start animating. But this week we should have the little girl rigged by the end of the week, and then we also should have the father start to be modeled and getting our fully articulated. We went through a lot of iterations with the father. We were really trying to get this really wholesome look and cartoony look, but also like a little bit older. We ended up going with a more of a wholesome, like cartoony look, which is right here. It's just a little bit like a thin, lanky version. We are gonna have a regular version, but that will be done Monday. Boop, 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 boop. So it's not gonna be in this video, unfortunately, because I'm just trying to be good with our time. Yeah, so that's it for me. But here's a dramatic reenactment of all the meetings I was part of. And I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. You stand to be corrected. Okay, so I forgot to mention a couple of things that I really wanted to chat about today. So I forgot to talk about the developer work that we've been doing. So we have 4 developers. I think I've mentioned that in the past. Hector's been working on the intro sequence and sequencing that out. We've been blocking that out with temporary animations from Mixamo. Liam, like I said earlier, is going to be working on the animations. Besides that, he's done a lot of post-processing work for when the door opens in our experience, which was a really nice part of the experience. Which I don't want to go into too many details because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. But we also had a developer meeting, some more side notes for that. We divvied the work even more, and then we are also discussing how we're going to have someone do the nav mesh chasing mechanism, just because we're going to have multiple instances in the experience, and also some other small little juicy details. I don't want to reveal too much, but there's a lot of cool developer work going on. We're going to be having another meeting tomorrow to make sure that people are working and also just getting an update. Besides that, we've also done some character sheets like I talked about earlier. Here is an example of Shimon's character sheet. What else has happened? I was sick for the majority of last week. I have a really bad stomach ache. Like I said earlier, trying to find a new space for us to do work in a more permanent location, on the weekends, or just doing full motion capture like I said. Besides that, we've done a lot of iterations on the father, and we're also discussing mechanisms for how we want the person to move within the experience, and also like world scale. Yeah, we also discussed a lot of how we're going to rig the character using like an iPhone X facial rig. I don't know if I already talked about that before. Ignore that if I have. And basically doing real-time animation with facial capture in the game engine rather than doing outside, because we have 12 animations. If I'm repeating myself, past Luke can cut me off. I think that's the majority of the work that's been done this week. It's mainly about character development and getting all the characters done within a certain amount of time. We also started modeling the environment, started blocking it out with our environmental artists. So I can't wait to show you some rough of that next week. Thanks for tuning in for this Oculus Launchpad Week 4 blog post. And if you haven't checked out some of my other videos, check them out. There should be awesome motion capture videos on their way with real-time performances and experiences. And thank you very much for listening this week. And this has been Lou's Correction Corner for when Lou fucks up and forgets to add stuff. Bah!